I'm Teresa Balfoy. In case you didn't know, I'm your cheerleader of dreams. You know, we kept getting comments that people couldn't hear me. That's the story of my life. Everywhere I go, no one can hear me. When I go through the drive-thru, they'll say, "Now, honey, can you repeat that like 5 times?" Then they'll go, "Would you just have your mom order for you?" Then I pull up and they'll go, "Oh, you're a woman." Well, anyway, I'm sorry you couldn't hear us on the first round. We're trying this again. I just wanted to tell you how excited I am about my brand new book, 5 Things Successful People Do Before 8 a.m. You know, every author talks about how excited they are about their latest project, but I'm telling you, I've never been more excited about a book because these are the habits that change my life. And anytime I meet with a friend, you know, through the years when I've had friends going through challenges, divorce, weight issues, financial struggles, just going through ruts in our lives, I always take them back to this. I always say, you know what? When I was going through the hardest time of my life, 2002, I got out a piece of paper and I wrote down 5 things that I would make myself do every day. That's always the advice I give people. So now I have it in a book, which I'm so glad now I can just go here, do this. But do you know these 5 habits, I had no idea. In 2002, when my marriage was this close to a divorce, I had no vision for my life, no dreams, never imagined I would be doing what I'm doing today. When I wrote down those 5 little things that I would do every day for 21 days, if you had told me in 2018, 16 years later, you're still going to be doing those, I wouldn't have believed it. Because I wasn't disciplined, I wasn't motivated, you know, I didn't have Tony Robbins show up and tell me what to do. I just made up these 5 things to do every single day. Well, come to find out, these are the very 5 things that the most successful people in the world practice. In fact, Tony Robbins calls it the hour of power, where he says every morning, you know, he gets up and invests in himself. And he said, I've taught this to celebrities, professional athletes, CEOs, you know, Fortune 500 companies. And he said his morning routine, he attributes the majority of his success to those habits. Isn't that amazing? Well, it's the same habits that I started doing in 2002. So I want you to get the new book. It launches today. Today's the official day that you can go to the website, get the book. You can just click the link in the description. But I believe this book is for anybody who feels like you're in a rut in your life. You know God has more, but you don't know what to do to get started. Or maybe you've got some big dreams, but you don't know how to prepare for those dreams. Here's the thing. People are rewarded in public for what they practice in private. You know, I think about all the mornings that I get up at 5 o'clock, and you don't have to get up at 5 like me, but get up at 5, you know, get dressed, go out in the dark, get in my car, go to the gym. Nobody sees all that. Nobody sees when I go back to the house, I go in my study and I open up a book and I read, I spend time with the Lord, I journal my time with Him, I pray over my dreams, my vision board. Nobody sees all that, but people are rewarded in public for what they practice in private. And, you know, you even think about in the Bible, David, you know, the Bible talks about how he killed a lion and he killed a bear in private with nobody watching, but that was all preparing him to kill Goliath in public with everybody watching. So see, it's what you do behind the scenes that takes you to where God wants you to be, that leads you to your dreams. So I believe this book will become a manual for preparation to get you out of a rut, to get you on the path to success. And you're going to learn stories from people that you'll recognize who do these 5 habits, and I'm telling you, it is life-changing. In fact, not only do we have the book, but I put together, you know, I'm a kit kind of girl. I love kits. And so I always put all the tools and the resources that have helped me, I like to provide them for you. So in our kit, the 5 things successful people do, we put the book, which you just saw, and then I created a special habits calendar. Do you know the habits calendar? This is so unique because I don't know anyone who has anything like this, but I used to just make up my own little calendar, you know, where I would write the 5 habits and then I would try to pencil in that I was doing each one every day. Well, we actually wrote the 5 habits in here, so you just check them off every day. And it's amazing. People like Jerry Seinfeld, this is how he recommends being successful, is that every single day you keep your habit, like you don't skip a day. And you set yourself up for some small wins. Like if you pray for 5 minutes, that's awesome. Check it off. 5 minutes times 30 days in a month is 2.5 hours of spending time in prayer. pretty amazing, isn't it? So don't look at how far you have to go. Set yourself up for small wins. Reading is one of the habits. If you just read one page, you did it. Then check it off. So you're going to start to see your progress, and it's going to motivate you to keep going to where you are so determined to not skip a day. And the goal of this is to turn it into a habit, a lifestyle. You know, there was a guy who said, if it's not a habit or a hobby, it won't get done. So the goal is to make it a habit. Well, I also put in here a journal for you to start journaling your time with the Lord. This right here is going to provide more direction and clarity for your life than anything you've ever done. I'm telling you from experience. You know, my dad's the one who taught me this. He said, when you go into your prayer time, always take a journal and a pen and practice hearing the voice of God. Well, in my new book, I'm going to show you how to practice hearing God's voice and how the most successful people in the world keep a journal. You know, Jim Rohn said, a life worth living is a life worth recording. So I put some of my favorite phrases and quotes in here, but I want you to practice hearing the voice of God. And then I also added my top 10 book list here for you to start setting yourself up for success to where reading becomes a way of life for you. You've probably heard the stories how I hated to read. Like literally the only books I read for pleasure was the Dallas Cowboy Cheerleader Manual and a book about gymnastics. That was it. Because I just hated to read. I thought, that's something you have to do in school. I will never read again. Well, when I started looking at reading as, oh my gosh, leaders are readers and you have to learn more to earn more, and you know, you're capped at the place where you stop reading. Well, when I started making myself read like 10 pages a day, 5 pages a day, I began to learn so much to where people around me would go, Terry, how do you know that? And be like, I don't know. Where did I get that? It was from a simple dose every day. So I put my top 10 book list here for you to start getting other books. As soon as you finish mine, get another book. Start reading and reading and reading. I'm telling you, the more you learn, the more you'll begin to earn. And then I put the entire book on audio. This is the cutest little USB drive. It looks like a credit card. But you just plug this in, and I've got the whole audiobook and the ebook right here. So you get this entire kit with the book. And when you order this week, well, all you got to do is click the link in the description to get this entire kit. And this week only, until Saturday, we're going to throw in this extra message for free called Mind Over Mattress. I'm telling you, this is going to encourage you to win the battle of the bed, conquer the covers, practice Mind Over Mattress. Just getting up 30 minutes earlier and investing in yourself is going to do wonders for you. You know, Jim Rohn made this statement. He said, disgust is actually a great motivator for success. Now, we normally don't equate that word disgust with positive action, but did you know that being disgusted with yourself can actually serve as vision and momentum to get you to change? You know, he said, you know, being disgusted, like seeing a picture of yourself overweight, that can be enough disgust that you go, that's it, something's going to change. Or, you know, maybe you couldn't pay for all your groceries and you got to put some of them back. That can be enough disgust that you go, things are changing around here, I'm not living like this anymore. Or maybe your house is a big mess and you feel so overwhelmed with where to go. That can be enough disgust that you go, something's changing today. Well, I want to help you make that change, and it starts by investing in yourself. So I want you to get this new book. If you feel like you need the whole kit to get like a whole preparation for, you know, getting started with a plan, then get the whole kit, and I'm telling you, you won't have to make a list to go get a calendar, go get a journal, get the audiobook. You can just get the whole kit and get started. But I want you to get started on your path to success by ordering this book today. We've never had so much excitement about a book, including myself. I've never been so excited because these are the habits that have changed my life. You know, we launched the book at Icing actually over the weekend just for the Icing attendees. And I had so many people on the line tell me, Terry, I have all your books. And they said, I've started reading, you know, this one just this weekend. And they said, this one is like all of them put together. It's like it all starts to make sense. You learn how to dream, how to get serious about your goals. You learn the importance of fitness. In fact, one of my chapters is how to start and maintain a fit lifestyle. And then I wrote a whole chapter called The Secret to Self-Motivation, because I believe God taught me how to stay motivated. You know, it's one thing to get inspiration and get excited, but how do you keep that for 16 years? Well, for 16 years, I literally have never stopped these 5 habits. Real quick, the 5 habits, just in case you're curious, are to pray or meditate, spend time with the Lord. One is to read. One is to listen to an audio teaching. One is to write and review my dreams and goals. And then the 5th one is exercise. Well, how have I kept those 5 habits for 16 years? I'm going to teach you the secret to self-motivation. So, I want you to get your copy, The 5 Things Successful People Do Before 8 a.m. All you got to do is click the link in the description and let me know what you think about the book, because I love seeing your comments and just hearing what God is doing in your life. And I want to say thank you, too, for just taking a few minutes to spend with me. I am so grateful for you. Love you to pieces, and I appreciate you. Remember, I'm cheering you on.